Hey everybody, it's Elementary Piano here with a tutorial on Misty Mountains Cold from the famous movie The Hobbit. So let's start. So the right hand will be starting on a D, then an F, then you will play a B sharp, D, and a G at the same time, while your left hand plays a G octave. After that, you will then play a B sharp, then you will play an F, A, C, while your left hand plays an F octave. Now fastly, you will then play a D, C, B sharp, A, then you will play a B sharp, D, and a G, while your left hand plays a G octave. So that should sound like. After that first part, you will then start on a D, F, then a G, then you will play a C, F, A at the same time, while your left hand plays an F octave. Then you will play a B sharp, then you play an E sharp, G, and a C in the right hand, while your left hand plays a C octave. After that, you will then play a B sharp, A, then you will go back to the first and play a B sharp, D, and a G, while your left hand plays a G octave. So that should sound like. Next, you will start on a D again, then an F, G, then you will play a B sharp, D, and a G with your left hand with the G octave. Play that twice. After that, you will then play a B sharp. After the B sharp, you'll then play a F, A, and a C, while your left hand plays an F octave. After that, you will then play a B sharp, A, F, and go back to the first chord, B sharp, D, and a G, with your left hand playing the G octave. In total, that should sound like. Now the next part will start on a D, F, G. After you end up on the G, you will then play a C, F, and an A, while your left hand plays an F octave. You'll play that 2 times. After that, you will then play a B sharp, then you will play an E sharp, G, and a C, with your left hand playing the C octave. After that, you will play a B sharp, A, G, then you will end off on a C, F, A, with your left hand playing an F. That will lead us into the next part, with your left hand playing the C, stretch down to play an A, back to the C, F, Then when you play the C, you will then play in your right hand an A. Go down, in the left hand play an A. Your right hand will play a B sharp. Left hand plays a C, and your right hand plays an A. And then your right hand will then play a G, B sharp, and a D, while your left hand switches to the G, then to a D, B sharp, D. Then you will play again, G. Once you play the D in the left hand, you will then play an A in the right hand. Then with the B sharp in the left hand, you will play a B sharp in the right. Back to the D in the left. Right hand will then play a G. Right hand will then play a D and an F, with your left hand playing a D. Then to an A, F, A. Right hand will then play a D, F, and an A, while your left hand plays the same thing, D. Once you play the A in the left hand, your right hand will then play a D, F in the left hand, right hand will then play an F. Move your right hand down to a G while your left hand plays an A. Then finally you will then play a C, F, and an A while your left hand starts on an F. Once you move it down to the C, you play this chord again. A, C, F, C. Once you play the A, your right hand will play a B sharp. Left hand plays a C. Right hand then plays an F. And you go back to the first chord you played, a B sharp, D, and a G, while your left hand plays a G. Then back to the D, G, D, G. For the next part, this is where it gets tricky, because your right hand will then be playing octaves. So firstly, you will start on a D octave, move down to an F octave, and then when you play the G octave, you will then play a G in your left hand, then a D, B sharp, D, G, D, and once you play the B sharp, you will then play a B sharp octave in your right, D, then your right hand will play a C octave, while your left hand plays an F, C. Once you play the A in the left hand, your right hand will play a D octave. Once you move back to the C in your left hand, you will play the C octave. Then, once you play the F again, you will then play a B sharp octave. C, A, and once you move back to the C, you will then play an A octave. After you play the A octave, you'll play a G octave again, but your left hand will play a G. D, B sharp, D, G, D, B sharp, D, G, D, and once you play the B sharp, you'll play a D, D in the left hand. Once you play a G in the left hand, your right hand will then play an F octave, D, and once you play the B in the left hand, your right hand will then play a G octave, back to the D in the left hand. Then you will play an A in the right hand, and your left hand will then play an F, C, A, C, F, C, and once you play the A in the left hand, you will then play a B sharp octave in the right, C in the left hand. Then you will play a C octave in the right hand, while your left hand goes all the way down to play a C, then a G, and once you play the E sharp in the left hand, your right hand will play a B sharp octave. Once you play the G, play an A octave in the right, and then you will play a G again, while you play a G octave in the right. D, B sharp, D, G, D, B sharp, D. So in total, that should sound like. After, you ended on a G, D, B flat, D, G, B, B flat, D. Then you'll play a G, D. Once you play the B flat, your right hand will then play a D octave, then a D in the left hand. Then your right hand will then play an F octave, while your left hand continues D. Once you play the B flat, your right hand will play a G octave, back to the D. Then your right hand will then play an A octave, while your left hand plays an F, C, A, C, F, C. Once you play the A, you will then play a B flat octave, then a C. Then your right hand will then play a C octave, while your left hand plays a C all the way down, then a G. Once you play the E sharp, your right hand will then play a B flat octave. Then you will shift your hands down to play an A octave, while your left hand moves back down to the G. Then finally, as you're concluding, you will then play a B flat, D and a G, with your left hand playing a G octave.